I am Melissa Bamba, and this is my capstone paper elevator speech. During my time in the GLI MA program, I completed two papers on John Brown, one a historiography and the other an examination of the influence of African descended people on Brown's anti-slavery ideology. I would like to draw on what I found in both papers to answer the questions. What was John Brown's thinking on race and racial equality, racism and white supremacy, and slavery and the slave power? Further, how did Brown's social and political beliefs justify for him the use of violence to end slavery in the United States of America? What I believe I'll find is that while John Brown's scholarship is heavily focused on his personality and use of violence, portraying him as a martyr, zealot, saint, and madman, examination of Brown's anti-racist thought and alliances with African Americans demonstrate that a more fruitful understanding of Brown is as an American patriot, standing in direct opposition to white supremacy through a passionate embrace of democratic values, anti-racism, and racial egalitarianism. Too little scholarship centers on Brown's political ideas and activism, instead pathologizing both and denying Brown any agency. This has had the effect of normalizing a society built on the expropriation of African labor and violent racial oppression. I propose instead that we see Brown's ideology and activism as a moral response to an inherently immoral and violent social and economic institution, that being racialized chattel slavery. Brown's anti slavery alliances, his perspectives on race and racial equality, racism and white supremacy, and slavery and the slave power justified for him the use of violence as the only effective means to end enslavement in the U.S. and recover the democratic principles upon which the Union was founded. This research will provide an understanding of the radical trajectory of the abolitionist movement, the threat Brown's ideology posed to the South, and why Brown's actions and the Northern response to them may have had a role in pushing the country closer to civil war.